Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day. Don't forget, grab your smartphone and download the Lava Matra app and stay in touch. Guru Maharaj's message is your advantage. The following is a Sri Krishna Chaitanya book compilation given by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj on November 22nd, 2022 in Sri Mayapur, India.
Pangon Langayate Girim Sri Gurum Dhinatharinam Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram Hari Om Tat Sat.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Today we will continue with the compilation of the Sri Krishna Chaitanya book. What's happening? Today's chapter is entitled Lord Chaitanya forbids Sanatan Goswami to commit suicide. Under the section, Sanatan Goswami visits the Lord at Jagannath Puri. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 4.54.
একদিন অন্তর্যামী প্রভুর প্রকাশ্যে সনাতনের পূর্ব সংকল্প জ্ঞাপন। একদিন আসি প্রভু দোহারে মিলিলা, সনাতনে আচম্বিতে কহিতে লাগিলা।
One day when the Lord came to meet them, he suddenly began speaking to Sanatan Goswami. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 4.55.
সনাতনকে উপলক্ষ করিয়া মনোধর্মচালিত অনর্থযুক্ত সাধককে প্রভুর শিক্ষাদান, ফল্গু জ্ঞান ও বৈরাগ্য কৃষ্ণ প্রাপ্তির উপায় নহে। সনাতন দেহ থেকে কৃষ্ণ যদি পাইয়ে, কোটি দেহ ক্ষণেকে তবে ছাড়িতে পারিয়ে।
My dear Sanatan, he said, if I could attain Krishna by committing suicide, I would certainly give up millions of bodies without a moment's hesitation.
So, this demonstrates how committing suicide is not one of the processes allowed in the Krishna conscious movement.
So this demonstrates how committing suicide, it's not part of the processes allowed in the Krishna consciousness movement.
Some mass suicides are performed by others.
Some mass suicides are performed by others.
But in Krishna consciousness, this is not allowed.
But in Krishna consciousness, this is not allowed. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 4.56.
যুক্ত বৈরাগ্য সহ শুদ্ধ ভক্তিই কৃষ্ণ প্রাপ্তির উপায়, অন্য কিছু নহে। দেহ ত্যাগে কৃষ্ণ না পাই, পাইয়ে ভজনে কৃষ্ণ প্রাপ্তের উপায় কোনো নাহি ভক্তি বিনে।
You should know that one cannot attain Krishna simply by giving up the body. Krishna is attainable by devotional service. There is no other means for attaining him.
The only means to attain Lord Krishna is by performing pure devotional service.
The only means for attaining Lord Krishna is by performing pure devotional service. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 4.57.
অপ্রাকৃত বিশুদ্ধ সত্যময়ী ভক্তিতেই কৃষ্ণ অধিষ্ঠান, প্রাকৃত গুণময়ী কর্ম জ্ঞান চেষ্টায় কৃষ্ণ প্রাপ্তির অভাব। দেহত্যাগাদি যত সব তম ধর্ম, তম রজ ধর্মে কৃষ্ণের না পাইয়ে মর্ম।
Acts such as suicide are influenced by the mode of ignorance, and in ignorance and passion one cannot understand who Krishna is.
Lord Krishna is only understandable by pure goodness.
Lord Krishna is only understandable by pure goodness,
And one can only achieve pure goodness by rendering pure devotion.
and one can achieve pure goodness. One can only achieve pure goodness by rendering pure devotional service, pure devotion. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 4.58.
কৃষ্ণ ভক্তি কৃষ্ণ প্রেম প্রাপ্তির একমাত্র উপায়। ভক্তি বিনা কৃষ্ণে কভু নহে প্রেম উদয়, প্রেম বিনা কৃষ্ণ প্রাপ্তি অন্য হইতে নয়।
Unless one discharges devotional service, one cannot awaken one's dormant love for Krishna, and there is no means for attaining him other than awakening that dormant love.
Chanting and rendering 9 processes of devotional service
So, hearing, chanting, and rendering 9 processes of devotional service
is the way to awaken our dormant love for Krishna.
is the way to awaken our dormant love for Lord Krishna.
That is the way to attain Krishna.
That's the way to attain Krishna.
No other shortcut is there.
No other shortcut is there. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 4.59.
শ্রীমদ্ ভাগবতের একাদশ স্কন্দের 14 অধ্যায়ের 20 নম্বর শ্লোকে রয়েছে,
The Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna said, My dear Uddhava, neither through Ashtanga Yoga, the mystic yoga system for controlling the senses, nor through impersonal monism and analytical study of the absolute truth, nor through study of the Vedas, nor through austerities, charity, or acceptance of sannyas, one satisfy me as much as by developing unalloyed devotional service unto me. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. This verse is from Srimad Bhagavatam 11.14.20.
All the other processes mentioned in this verse
So all the other processes mentioned in this verse
cannot yield Krishna consciousness.
cannot reveal Krishna consciousness.
Only by Krishna consciousness, the devotional service, can one awaken their dormant love for Krishna.
Only by Krishna consciousness or devotional service, only one can awaken dormant love for Krishna.
Which is the only way to attain Krishna.
It's the only way to attain Krishna. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 4.60.
মনোধর্মী সাধকের ভেদ বুদ্ধিমূলক ফলগু ত্যাগ ও জ্ঞান চেষ্টা জরেন্দ্রীয় তৃপ্তিময়ী, কৃষ্ণ প্রীতি তাৎপর্যময়ী নহে বলিয়া তদ্দ্বারা কৃষ্ণ প্রাপ্তি অসম্ভব। দেহত্যাগাদি তম ধর্ম পাতক কারণ, সাধক না পায় তাতে কৃষ্ণের চরণ।
Measures like suicide are causes for sin. A devotee never achieves shelter at Krishna's lotus feet by such actions.
Like committing suicide is kind of a sinful act.
So committing suicide is a kind of sinful act.
And by such acts, one cannot achieve shelter of the lotus feet of Lord Krishna.
By such acts, one cannot achieve shelter at the lotus feet of Lord Krishna.
So that's why one is told to awaken one's dormant love for Krishna
So therefore one is told to awaken one's dormant love for Krishna
by engaging in devotional service.
by engaging in devotional service. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antyalila 4.61.
সিদ্ধ অনুরাগী ভক্তের জ্ঞার বিপ্রলম্বজনিত দেহত্যাগ ইচ্ছা সম্পূর্ণ কৃষ্ণ ইচ্ছা চালিতা ও কৃষ্ণ প্রীতি চেষ্টাময়ী, তাহাতেই তাহার কৃষ্ণ প্রাপ্তি। প্রেমী ভক্ত বিয়োগে চাহে দেহ ছাড়িতে, প্রেমে কৃষ্ণ মিলে সেহ না পায় মরিতে।
Because of feelings of separation from Krishna, an exalted devotee sometimes wants to give up his life. By such ecstatic love, however, one attains the audience of Krishna, and at that time he cannot give up his body.
Here Lord Chaitanya is revealing how one may feel such separation of Krishna.
So here Lord Chaitanya is revealing how one may feel such separation from Krishna,
That he wants to do something to attain Krishna.
that he wants to do something to attain Krishna.
But Krishna reveals himself, and the devotee then doesn't want to quit his body.
So Krishna reveals himself and the devotee doesn't want to quit his body. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antyalila 4.62.
কারো অনুরাগের বিয়োগ না যায় সহন, তাতে অনুরাগী বাঞ্ছে আপন বরণ।
One who is deeply in love with Krishna cannot tolerate separation from the Lord. Therefore, such a devotee always desires his own death.
This reveals a very intense, exalted feeling of separation.
So this reveals in very exalted, intense feeling, love in separation, of separation. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antyalila 4.63. Sorry.
বাসুদেবের প্রতি রুক্মিণীর অনুরাগ নিবেদন।
O Lotus-eyed One, great personalities like Lord Shiva desire to bathe in the dust of your lotus feet to drive away ignorance. If I do not get the mercy of your Lordship, I shall observe vows to reduce the duration of my life, and thus I shall give up bodies for hundreds of births if it is possible to get your mercy in that way. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. This verse was spoken by Rukmini Devi in Srimad Bhagavatam 10.52.43. Rukmini Devi, the daughter of King Bhishmaka, had heard about Krishna's transcendental attributes, and thus she desired to get Krishna as her husband. Unfortunately, her elder brother Rukmi was envious of Krishna and therefore wanted her to be offered to Shishupala. When Rukmini became aware of this, she was greatly aggrieved. Thus she wrote Krishna a confidential letter, which was presented and read to him by a Brahmana messenger. This verse appeared in that letter.
Everybody desires Krishna.
A pure devotee desires Krishna.
Everything else is undesirable.
Everything else is undesirable. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antyalila 4.64.
শ্রীকৃষ্ণের প্রতি রাস উৎসুকা গোপীগণের অনুরাগ নিবেদন, তা শ্রীমদ্ ভাগবতমের দশম স্কন্দের ঊনবিংশতি অধ্যায়ের পঞ্চত্রিংশতি শ্লোকে রয়েছে।
O dear Krishna, by your smiling glances and melodious talk, you have awakened a fire of lusty desire in our hearts. Now you should extinguish that fire with a stream of nectar from your lips by kissing us. Kindly do this. Otherwise, dear friend, the fire within our hearts will burn our bodies to ashes because of separation from you. Thus, by meditation, we shall claim shelter at your lotus feet. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. This verse, Srimad Bhagavatam 10.29.35, was spoken by the gopis when they were attracted by the vibration of Krishna's flute in the moonlight of autumn. All of them, being maddened, came to Krishna, but to increase their ecstatic love, Krishna gave them moral instructions to return home. The gopis did not care for these instructions. They wanted to be kissed by Krishna, for they had come there with lusty desire to dance with him.
The original personality Godhead, He has attraction
The original personality of Godhead, He has attraction
for His female counterparts,
for His female counterparts,
and He is fully spiritual, and the gopis are fully spiritual.
and He is fully spiritual, and the gopis are fully spiritual.
So their attraction to each other is something of pure love, transcendental.
For their attraction for each other is something pure love which is transcendental.
The material perverted reflection of that,
The material perverted reflection of that,
a young man is attracted to a young woman and vice versa.
a young man is attracted to a woman or vice versa.
But they are not the body.
But they are not the body.
And this life they may be of a particular gender, and next life they may be another gender.
In this life they may be in a particular gender, in next life they may be in another gender.
So it's not a kind of pure emotion.
So it's not a kind of pure emotion.
They want their own senses to be satisfied.
They want their own senses to be satisfied.
While the gopis want to please Krishna.
But the gopis want simply to please Krishna. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 4.65.
সনাতনকে উপলক্ষ করিয়া প্রভুর অনর্থযুক্ত সাধককে নিরন্তর হরিভজন শিক্ষাদান। কুবুদ্ধি ছাড়িয়া কর শ্রবণ কীর্তন, অচিরাত পাবে তবে কৃষ্ণের চরণ।
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Sanatan Goswami, "Give up all your nonsensical desires, for they are unfavorable for getting shelter at the lotus feet of Krishna. Engage yourself in chanting and hearing, then you will soon achieve the shelter of Krishna without a doubt."
Although Sanatana Goswami didn't reveal his mind to Lord Chaitanya,
So although Sanatan Goswami didn't reveal his mind to Lord Chaitanya,
Lord Chaitanya as the super soul, he understood what Sanatana Goswami was thinking.
Lord Chaitanya as a super soul, He understood what Sanatan Goswami was thinking.
by telling Sanatana Goswami to give up his idea
So he's telling Sanatan Goswami to give up his idea
and instead engage in devotional service.
and instead engage in devotional service.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 4.66.
জুষিত সঙ্গজ শক্র আভিজাত্যবাদ নিরাশ কৃষ্ণ ভজনে যোগ্যতা নির্দেশ শুদ্ধ ভক্তই গুরু বা মহত্তম নিচ জাতি নহে কৃষ্ণ ভজনে অযোগ্য সৎকুল বিপ্র নহে ভজনের অযোগ্য
A person born in a low family is not unfit for discharging devotional service to Lord Krishna, nor is one fit for devotional service simply he is born in an aristocratic family of Brahmanas.
This was taught by His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada Thakur.
So this was taught by His Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada Thakur,
That it was not important what one's Varna was at
it was not important what was one's Varna at
the time of rendering devotional service.
the time of rendering devotional service.
Rather, by rendering devotional service, one becomes fit for achieving all the seat of Lord Krishna.
Rather, by rendering devotional service, one is apt to achieve the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 4.67.
যেই ভজে সেই ভর অভক্তহীন ছার কৃষ্ণ ভজনে নাহি জাতি কুলাদি বিচার
Anyone who takes to devotional service is exalted, whereas a non-devotee is always condemned and abominable. Therefore, in the discharge of devotional service to the Lord, there is no consideration of the status of one's family.
Anyone can achieve Krishna by rendering pure devotional service.
Anyone can achieve Krishna by rendering pure devotional service.
And no consideration our caste or family situation.
So there is no consideration of caste or family situation
Or any material designation.
or any material designation.
Simply one has to render devotional service.
Simply one has to render devotional service.
That is the real qualification.
That's the real qualification. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 4.68.
প্রাকৃত জন্ম ঐশ্বর্য স্রোত ও শ্রী প্রভৃতি দুঃসঙ্গ ত্যাগপূর্বক কৃষ্ণের সর্বস্ব সমর্পণকারী একান্ত শরণাগতেরই ভগবৎ কৃপা লাভের যোগ্যতা দিনেরে অধিক দয়া করে ভগবান কুলীন পণ্ডিত ধনির বড় অভিমান
The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, is always favorable to the humble and meek. But aristocrats, learned scholars, and the wealthy are always proud of their positions.
One name, birth, opulence,
Name, birth, opulence,
learning,
Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 4.69.
শ্রীমদ্ ভাগবতের সপ্তম স্কন্ধের নবম অধ্যায়ের দশম শ্লোকে রয়েছে,
One may be born in a Brahmana family and have all 12 Brahmanical qualities, but if in spite of being thus qualified, he is not developed to the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, is not devoted to the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, who has a navel shaped like a lotus, he is not as good as a Chandala who has dedicated his mind, words, activities, wealth, and life to the service of the Lord. Simply to take birth in a Brahmana family or to have Brahmanical qualities is not sufficient. One must be a pure devotee of the Lord. Thus, if a Swapacha or Chandala is a devotee, he delivers not only himself but his entire family as well. Whereas a Brahmana who is not a devotee but simply has Brahmanical qualification cannot even purify himself, what to speak of his family. Purport: this is a verse from the Srimad Bhagavatam 7.9.10.
Prabhupada was saying that
Prabhupada was saying that
in India, he didn't know what a dog eater was.
in India he didn't know what a dog eater was.
But traveling around the world, he met many dog eaters.
But as traveling around the world, he met many dog eaters.
And that the children became also devotees.
Their children became also devotees.
Also, they stopped eating dogs.
Also, they stopped eating dogs.
They are pure Vaishnavas.
They are pure Vaishnavas.
And Prabhupada was glorifying how, by rendering devotional service to Krishna,
Prabhupada was mentioning how, by rendering devotional service to Lord Krishna,
they got purified.
they get purified. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 4.70.
অবিধেয় হইতেই সম্বন্ধ ও প্রয়োজন লাভ। ভজনের মধ্যে শ্রেষ্ঠ নববিধা ভক্তি, কৃষ্ণ প্রেম কৃষ্ণ দিতে ধরে মহাশক্তি।
Among the ways of executing devotional service, the 9 prescribed methods are the best, for these processes have great potency to deliver Krishna and ecstatic love for him. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The 9 kinds of devotional service are mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam 7.5.23. These 9 are hearing, chanting, remembering Krishna, offering service to Krishna's lotus feet, offering worship in the temple, offering prayers, working as a servant, making friendship with Krishna, and unreservedly surrendering to Krishna. These 9 processes of devotional service can grant one Krishna an ecstatic love for him. In the beginning, one has to discharge devotional service according to the regulative principles, but gradually, as devotional service becomes one's life and soul, one achieves the most exalted position of ecstatic love for Krishna. Ultimately, Krishna is the goal of life. One need not have taken birth in an aristocratic Brahmana family to attain the lotus feet of Krishna, nor is a person born in a low family unfit for achieving Krishna's lotus feet. In Srimad Bhagavatam 3.33.7, Devahuti says to Kapiladev, "O my Lord, even a person born in a low family of dog eaters is glorious if he always chants the holy name of the Lord. Such a person has already performed all types of austerities, penances, and Vedic sacrifices, and has already bathed in all the sacred rivers, and also studied all the Vedic literatures. Thus, he has become an exalted personality." Similarly, Kunti Devi says to Lord Krishna, A person who is proud of his birth, opulence, knowledge, and beauty cannot achieve your lotus feet. You are available only to the humble and meek, not to the proud. Bhagavatam 1:8-26.
Being humble and meek, one can achieve all the seat of Lord Krishna.
By being humble and meek, one can achieve the lotus feet of Krishna.
And one is proud of any material asset,
If one is proud of any material assets,
their birth, their beauty,
their birth, their beauty,
their knowledge,
their knowledge,
whatever,
whatever,
these are actually disqualifications.
these are actually disqualifications.
We should be humble and meek,
We should be humble and meek,
surrender to the lotus feet of Krishna.
surrender to the lotus feet of Krishna. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya
Also, in Navadip, the 9 islands
and also Navadip, in Navadip, the 9 islands
are connected to the 9 processes of devotional service.
is also connected to the 9 processes of devotional service. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 4.71.
10 অপরাধ শূন্য হইয়া নিরন্তর অবিশ্রান্ত কৃষ্ণ কীর্তন ফলে কৃষ্ণ প্রেম প্রাপ্তি। তার মধ্যে সর্বশ্রেষ্ঠ নাম সংকীর্তন, নিরপরাধে নাম লইলে পায় প্রেমধন।
Of the 9 processes of devotional service, the most important is to always chant the holy name of the Lord. If one does so, avoiding the 10 kinds of offenses, one very easily obtains the most valuable love of Godhead. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Jiva Goswami Prabhu gives the following directions in his Bhakti Sandarbha 217. Chanting the holy name is the chief means of attaining love of Godhead. This chanting or devotional service does not depend on any paraphernalia nor one's having taken birth in a good family. By humility and meekness, one attracts the attention of Krishna. That is the verdict of all the Vedas. Therefore, if one becomes very humble and meek, he can easily attain the lotus feet of Krishna in this age of Kali. That is the fulfillment of all great sacrifices, penances, and austerities, because when one achieves ecstatic love of Godhead, he attains the complete perfection of life. Therefore, whatever one does in executing devotional service must be accompanied by the chanting of the holy name of the Lord. The chanting of the holy name of Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
has been praised by Srila Rupa Goswami in Namashtaka, verse number 1. O Harinama, the tips of your toes of your lotus feet are constantly being worshipped by the glowing radiance emanating from the string of gems known as the Upanishads, the crown jewels of all the Vedas. You are eternally adored by liberated souls such as Narada and Shukadeva. O Harinama, I take complete shelter of you. Similarly, Sanatan Goswami has praised chanting of the holy name as follows in his Brihad Bhagavatamrita, Part 1, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 14:1 verse 9. What is this? All glories to the blissful holy name of Lord Shri Krishna, which causes the devotee to give up all conventional religious duties, meditation and worship. When somehow or other uttered even once by a living entity, the holy name awards him liberation. The holy name of Krishna is the highest nectar. It is my very life and my only treasure. In Srimad Bhagavatam 2.1.11, Sukadeva Goswami says, O king, constant chanting of the holy name of the Lord after the ways of the great authorities is the doubtless and fearless way of success for all, including those who are free from all material desires. Those who are desirous of material enjoyment, all material enjoyment, and those who are self-satisfied by dint of transcendental knowledge. In Srimad Bhagavatam 6.3.22, Yamaraj says, devotional service beginning with the chanting of the holy name of the Lord is the ultimate religious principle for the living entity in human society. Similarly, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has said in his Sikshashtaka, Trinadapi sunichena taroriva sahishnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sadaharihi. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than a straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. Regarding the 10 offenses in chanting the holy name, one may refer to Adi Leela chapter 8 verse 24.
You can see that anyone who chants the holy name,
So we can see that anyone who chants the holy name,
he or she can get purified.
he or she can get purified.
And that is the essence of all religious principles.
And that is the essence of all religious principles. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 4.72.
প্রভুর অভিপ্রায় অনুসারে সনাতনের ফল্গু দেহ ত্যাগ ইচ্ছা পরিত্যাগ রূপ লীলা অভিনয় দ্বারা জীব শিক্ষা দান। এত শুনি সনাতনের হইল চমৎকার, প্রভুরে না ভাই মোর বরণ বিচার।
After hearing this, Sanatan Goswami was exceedingly astonished. He could understand, my decision to commit suicide has not been greatly appreciated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
So, although Sanatana Goswami had not revealed his mind,
Although Sanatan Goswami has not revealed his mind,
Lord Chaitanya understood that he wanted to commit suicide.
but Lord Chaitanya understood that he wanted to commit suicide.
And he was giving all arguments why this will not succeed in getting him Krishna shelter.
So, and he was giving various arguments why this will not succeed in getting him Krishna's shelter,
How he didn't approve of this.
and how he didn't approve of this. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Antya Leela 4.73.
সর্বজ্ঞ মহাপ্রভু নিষে দিলা মোরে, প্রভুর চরণ ধরি কহেন তাহারে।
Sanatan Goswami concluded, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who knows everything, past, present, and future, has forbidden me to commit suicide. He then fell down, touching the lotus feet of the Lord, and spoke to him as follows. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 4.74.
নিষ্কিঞ্চন বৈষ্ণব আচার্য সনাতনের দৈন্য উক্তি, প্রভু স্তুতি ও স্বীয় দৈহিক কর্তব্য জিজ্ঞাসা। সর্বজ্ঞ কৃপালু তুমি ঈশ্বর স্বতন্ত্র, জৈছে নাচাও তৈছে নাচি যেন কাষ্ঠযন্ত্র।
You are the omniscient, merciful, independent Supreme Lord. Exactly like an instrument of wood, I dance as you make me to do so.
So Sanatana Goswami was declaring his complete surrender the will of Lord Chaitanya.
So Sanatan Goswami was declaring his complete surrender to the will of Lord Chaitanya.
How he recognized that Lord Chaitanya was the knower of past, present, and future.
And how he recognized Lord Chaitanya as the knower of past, present, and future. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antyalila 4.75.
নিজ অধম পামর মুই পামর স্বভাব মরে জিয়াইলে তোমার কি হবে লাভ
I am low born, indeed I am the lowest. I am condemned, for I have all the characteristics of a sinful man. If you keep me alive, what will be there? What will be the profit?
So, in his humility, Sanatana Goswami is making this request.
So, with his humility, Sanatan Goswami is making this request
To Lord Chaitanya.
to Lord Chaitanya.
And so we'll see what is his instruction in the next chapter.
So, we will see what will be his instruction in the next chapter. Thus ends the chapter entitled Lord Chaitanya forbids Sanatan Goswami to commit suicide under the section Sanatan Goswami visits the Lord at Jagannath Puri.
Hello.
Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Sita.
Gauranga.
Thank you for watching our videos. Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day. And don't forget to like and share our channel.